Why are we talking about an explosion on HEX like right now? I mean, most people probably think this thing's done on Ethereum.
Oh man, not me. Not me, baby. Somebody asked me the other day, so what do I think my low end is? Now, I'm conservative. I realize everything can go to zero, near zero, blah, blah, blah. But I said, honestly, I'm looking at models between $2 and $66 combined hacks. Now you assign a percentage of which one's more likely to happen. I don't know, but all of that is possible.
Yeah. How are you? What kind of data are you using that comes up with something like that? Like on the low end, let's say, like $2 to $5. What?
It's doing some pretty low level type of numbers based on previous cycles and where we think things are today, and but it's super conservative, like half of what might have happened, and that this isn't like a new thing. It's more like acting more like a L2, or not L2, but a second cycle type of thing, that type of stuff. But the more adventurous estimates are looking at, what did Bitcoin do its first cycle versus Ethereum, and trying to come up with some sort of average and stuff. It's not super mathematical, because I'm putting a bunch of numbers into a spreadsheet, but those are just some of the models that I'm saying. But I know you've got some that are based on math,
I mean, I got
well,
the
fractals at least, right?
yeah. I mean, I got the same stuff you got, man. I think I look at the some of my favorite stuff I've been looking at right now is the ratios because it's kind of setting up for a move. But in terms of like price predictions going out farther, just based on if Hex plays out like Bitcoin did or like Ethereum did, I mean, we're looking at those kinds of price targets. 80 cents is like the very beginning of the bull run, like when stuff goes parabolic. Like the whole journey back to 50 cent combined is like just gonna it could happen pretty quicker than people think it could, and that sets up for the real move that goes to those really higher targets later on in the cycle. Yeah, the golden cross is on EHEX on the Weath pair. I was watching it kind of form here in the last few days. This here is like just a 111-day moving average on the price chart, something that Crispy uses, and then it was kind of interesting how the price just kind of consolidated bullishly underneath of it as consolidation below resistance line in that 111, and then there was like that fake out and then rip, and now we're testing it to see if it's going to hold. So I could actually see this just the reverse of what happened before happening, and where it just kind of chops and grinds, and it's like the last bit of accumulation before the markup. And I think the markup on EHEX might actually coincide with the markup on everything else in this case. It doesn't seem like people are too eager to make it move on its own, but that you can't rule that out either because that actually is what happened here, where EHEX led the entire move off the bottom. So that was pretty cool. I still think it's the most undervalued and cheapest RH coin out of all of them. Here it is against here's EHEX measured against Pulse. It's kind of been trapped in this range. It's at the bottom of the range. And if you zoom in here on let's go to like a 4 hour and see what we can find. So it's the beginning of what I think looks like an Adam and Eve bottom. It's not as clean on here as it is on the PHEX chart, but what an Adam and Eve bottom is a V bottom and a snapback rally, and then a slow fade away and like a rounded bottom, something like this. Looks like a boot shape. 1 second. Got to tell this guy I'm on a live stream.
Is that the price god calling?
That might be a price person. So yeah, this is kind of what I'm seeing here in the hex chart is this Adam and Eve. Now, if I look at the PHEX, it'll be like really, really clear. I think the hourly showed it pretty darn good. Yeah, see how PHEX is already starting to recover a lot faster than EHEX here against the ratio.
Yeah.
So PHEX looks to be the beginner here, or the starter. And it got above resistance, so like this is the beginning of a bigger move. And this kind of action here on the hourly where it's like a wave up and a retracement, a new high, and a higher low, a new high, probably form another higher low and test this grind line is support.